Tell me if this has been you. Either it's you now or it's you from the past. You wake up in the morning, and as soon as you get out of bed, the first thing you think about is how are you going to get through this day? You don't like where you're at. You're stressed out all the time. You're not getting enough sleep. Your work environment has become toxic, right? But you really don't know how to change or if change is even possible, right? So you get up and you huff and you puff and you drag yourself into the office. And just so happens that it's a Monday. And on Mondays, there's a lot of companies out there that have what have been come to be known as these come to Jesus meetings. They're not religious meetings. It's just a term that floats around the office. I know it was when I used to work in one. In these meetings, usually the manager gets the whole team in there, or maybe, an upper level manager gets the entire staff out on the floor. And you already know before they open up their mouths, this is not going to be a good meeting. And it wasn't. They chew you out, they chew everyone out, whether it's your fault or not. The numbers are low. They're not where they should be. People aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. You need to try harder. Get back to work. You will be replaced. We've got a new training team going on right now. We got two more training teams coming in the near future. If you can't get the job done, your seat will be taken up by somebody else. And you go through the day after that meeting, frustrated, stressed, worried about the your job, and you get home that night and you're just sitting there with your thoughts. And you're like, you know what? I didn't deserve that. I'm actually doing okay at my job. I'm not a problem. I get the work done. I stay to myself. I go home. And yet these situations continue to come up. Adds more stress to you. You really hate your job. You're really not doing something that you like doing. You're just doing it because it helps pays the bills. And so you start to think to yourself, you know what? I need a change, but I don't know if I want to change offices. What if I actually did something for me for once? I've been doing stuff for everyone else for a long time. I've been helping them build them for a long time. What if I actually build me? Find a way to make an income out of it. So you start to think about the things that you're good at, things that you know. You're very smart. You're intelligent. You're college educated. Um, but you're still lost, right? Even if you narrow down to a specific topic, like maybe you're heavily into fashion. You know that people have made very good livings with fashion blogs and designing their own clothes and giving advice and coaching people on interior and exterior design, right? So you said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do A, B, and C, right? Because I need change. I need a change in my life. What I'm doing right now just is not working. So I'm going to change. And you come to the definite agreement in your mind. In order to move forward, you need to change. And you look at the calendar Today's Thursday, and you think, okay, we'll get started on Monday, right? Or it's Monday and you'll say, okay, we'll get started next Monday. For some reason, just as a side note, people think that your week actually starts on Monday. But if you work for yourself, your week starts the moment you decide to take action. Like when I decided to do my daily lives, it was actually on a Wednesday, I believe. I made that decision that I was going to start the very next day. It was after listening to Russell Brunson. Russell said, you know what? I'm committed to going live. And I say, you know what? I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm committed to going live. I did. It's what you're watching right now for those of you that are watching on the live. And the next day came up. I said, I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about, but I'm going live. I started talking about me, my path, my journey. So here you are. You made the verbal commitment to yourself. You say, I'm going to start on Monday. And Monday comes around and you have another come to Jesus meeting. You've already seen one of the training classes come out. Some of those people are already on the floor. So you spend the next day, the next 2, 3 days worried that they're going to replace you, whether you're good at what you do or not. You know, you've got a review coming up. So then you're just sitting there worried. You spend your time worried. And Thursday comes around again, and you're like, I didn't start was that what I was supposed to. Okay, we will start on Monday. This Monday, guaranteed. Monday comes around, and you know what? When you got home from work, you actually sit down at your desk and you start to do something. Maybe you start to scribble out what it is that you want to do. So I can do a blog, I can do a podcast, I can do a YouTube channel, I can do a TikTok channel, I can do Instagram lives, I can do all of this stuff. And then you're like, well, which one do I do? Well, my family's on Facebook, so I don't know if I should do Facebook because I don't want them to judge me. A lot of my friends, a lot of my followers are on, TikTok, but I don't want them to judge me there either. So, all right, I'll start on Instagram. And you go on Instagram and you just start going through your feeds and you start seeing like all these very successful people with huge followings. And then you start to think in your mind, you start to worry, you're like, I don't have this type of following. I've got 140 people following me on Instagram. They have 1.2 million people following them on Instagram. Maybe I shouldn't do Instagram. How about YouTube? That's it. So you create a video about you starting your own fashion industry, your own fashion company. Maybe you're selling t-shirts, maybe you're designing t-shirts or office gear or whatever the case may be. And you create a video to tell everybody about it and you put the video out there and nobody views it. All right, well, YouTube is terrible. What about what if I go on X? What if I do that? I will start talking about fashion on X. Maybe you do that. Maybe that's what comes to mind. You've already eliminated Instagram, Facebook, uh, TikTok because you're worried about what people are thinking. Instagram, you got no likes, so obviously that fails. YouTube, you did one video that got no views, so that's the wrong place for you. So now let's jump on X. And you jump on X, let's say, maybe you're a female doing this You jump on X and you make a post and you get a response. Says, "You're pretty. We should hook up." Well, there goes X. I guess nobody likes me. Maybe I should just give up on this. Maybe this is not the life for me. But I so badly want to change. So what do you do? I can tell you this right now. No one's opinion of you can become your reality. That's the very first thing that you need to train your mind on. You don't care what people think because they have absolutely zero control. Their words have zero control over you and your future success. That's the first thing that you really truly need to know. All of these situations and ideas that pop into your mind, all these negative thoughts are just thoughts. They're not real. They're coming from a section of your imagination that is feeding off of bad experiences, right? But even if they are bad experiences, if you just think of them as they're bad, they don't work, I failed, I need to get away from that, you're never going to grow. So the first thing you need to do is get your mind right. No one's opinion of you can become your reality. That's actually a quote by Les Brown. It's one of my favorite people I love to listen to. Once you understand that, then you go back to where you actually want to be. If you want to be on Instagram, let Instagram hear your voice. You posted once, nobody liked it. That doesn't mean that nobody is going to like your content moving forward. You have to stay around long enough to get noticed. You're a nobody right now. I'm a nobody right now. I've got almost 20,000 total followers. I'm still a nobody, right? Compared to where I want to be and compared to the people that I'm trying to get to their level, right? But if you stay silent and you're not consistent, you will fail. Silence will get you nowhere in your business. Silence will get you nowhere in your brand. I am not very good at doing live videos. I'm just not yet. But I know if I stay consistent, my videos get better. The lessons get better. The messages become clearer. But you have to consistently put yourself out there. There is absolutely no growth inside of a comfort zone. You have to learn to make yourself uncomfortable, get good at being uncomfortable, and eventually you will no longer be uncomfortable. This will become natural to you. But if you're afraid of what everybody thinks, you're afraid of not getting the likes that you want or the exact results that you want, even though you've been online for half a second, you've made one post, even if you're making one post a week and you're still not getting it, that is not being consistent. Consistency equals progress. Progress equals knowledge because you learn as you progress. Failure equals knowledge because you can learn something from every failure, right? Right now, starting out, the only thing you should be worried about or thinking about, the main goal that you should have is to be consistent on a daily basis. Challenge yourself to get up and post content every single day. Every day. There are so many people out there that swear by that. Russell Brunson's one of them. I consider him to be one of my mentors. There's a book that I just read that's actually not out to the public. It's called Create, Don't Capture. It's an excellent book. It's by a gentleman by the name of Eric Thane. And you can find him on every social media channel at Eric Thane. Eric Thane's story is very unique or very cool. It's actually not unique to him because a lot of people go through this. Took him 5 months of being consistent. Took him 5 months of being consistent before he actually started getting some results. If you can get your hands on a copy of this book, I highly recommend it. Create, Don't Capture by Eric Thane. Hit him up on social media. See if you can get a copy. I don't think he put it out there to the masses. I actually got that copy um, when the day he spoke on stage at Funnel Hacking Live 23 in Orlando. I snatched up that copy. Absolutely. It's a great book. It's about being consistent. It's about putting the right content out there. These things take time. So even if you're going through rejection after rejection after rejection or failure after failure after failure, you have not been online long enough to succeed. You have not been consistent long enough to be successful. You have to continuously put your content out there. It doesn't matter what your past experiences are. What you failed to do yesterday has absolutely zero impact on what you can and should accomplish today. Zero. Because every day you can start again. And every day you can build on the successes that you did the day before. It's the only way we're going to grow. You have to be consistent on social media with your brand. Silence will get you nowhere. Get your voice out there every day. Every day. Challenge yourself. Say, maybe if you've never done anything consistent online, challenge yourself to a week. So I'm going to be consistent for the next 7 days just to see if I can do it. And then once you do 7 days, say, okay, let's see if I can do another 7 days. Right? Small steps equal progress. Every day you should aim to grow 1%. Posting, getting your message out there. It's 1%. Get it, get it, get it, get it. If you post every day for 100 days, you will be an entirely new person within your brand in 100 days. But you have to be consistent. You should not miss any days. If you are consistent, if you consistently post for a year and you don't grow, I want to know about it. Because I think that is pretty much impossible. Pretty much impossible. If you shoot 25 free throws a day for a full year, the end of the year, you're probably going to be hitting 25 in a row. Even if you only hit like 5 out of your first 25 on day one. End of the year, you shouldn't be missing at all. Consistency is the key. If you stay silent, you will not grow an inch in your brand, in your world. You will be stuck going to come to Jesus meetings until you retire in your mid to late 60s, or you can start to do something now. Make the decision to take action. Today's Thursday. The best time to take action on your thought is the moment that you have it. That's actually a Tony Robbins quote. The best time to take action on a thought is the moment that you have it. Tag me if you're going to do your first live. I want to know about it. I want to know about it. Consistency is key. Get yourself out there, get outside of your comfort zone. Do not stay silent. I'm Coach Chef Demers, CoachChefDemers.com. You're listening to the Motivated Mindset Podcast. Have a great day.